Auddy presents Brian and Roger.
Brian and Roger by Dan Skinner and Harry Peacock.
Hello, Brian. It's Roger here. Forgive me if I sound happy for once, but I've got great, exciting news, mate. Really exciting news. Claire and I have actually been talking, and it's been really great. It really has. Jamie had been leaving the house quite a lot at strange times, and Claire was obviously worried. He was worried that he was hanging out with gangs and whatnot, being his age, and so she asked me to get involved. Anyway, after some, detective work from yours truly, I discovered it wasn't anything sinister. In fact, he just got into playing the game Pokemon Go. Claire bought him a smartphone, which actually I was against because of pornography access. But then she pointed out that he had a laptop anyway. So, I know you don't talk to Gavin and Lucy, mate, but take it from me, technology and kids is a bloody minefield. It really is. Anyway, he's out at all times looking for these animated digital Pokemon characters. And, believe me, I know what you're thinking. Anyway, the upshot is that Claire and I have, sort of bonded over our bafflement, what he's doing. And I'm not jumping the gun here. I'm definitely not jumping the gun this time, mate, but it is really, really good. Things are really good. So I just wanted to share my good news, mate, because you've been there with me, through the ups and downs. Anyway, I hope you're well, mate, and speak soon. Okay, bye-bye.
Hi, Roger. It's Brian. I'm a little bit stressed at the moment, if I'm honest. But look, I don't want you to worry about it. It's not something you can really help with. So, please don't worry about it. I'm glad you're speaking to Claire, mate. That's good. But I don't think you need me to remind you of how many times we've been down this particular road and how many car crashes I've had to drag you out from, to continue the driving analogy. Yeah. As for kids and technology, you're right. I have no idea what my kids get up to. I do get the occasional email from Gavin that's quite often quite abusive and threatening. They have the feel that they've been written when drunk, which I guess is probably the case because, he's 16 now. And also Linda used to be an awfully abusive drunk, so it could possibly be hereditary. In any case, I'm not a great dad. So I suppose copping the odd verbal brickbat is probably fair enough. Anyway, I don't want you to worry about me with all my stress that I'm going through, and I'm just glad you're okay. All right, cheers, Rog. Bye.
Hello, Brian. It's Roger here. Listen, I'm really sorry to hear that you're stressed out, mate. I never like to hear you like that. You don't often admit when you feel like that. You know what? And I also, I'm sure I'm sure you're a much better father than you think you are. I know you haven't always seen eye to eye with Gav and Lucy, and you've struggled to connect. But as they grow older, you might find that they'll come to appreciate you more as they discover what it takes to raise kids. And look, a problem shared is a problem halved. Yes. So how about you tell me what's stressing you out, as I always tell you. And look, if I can help you in any way, I will. Okay, mate. Speak soon. Bye-bye.
Hi, Roger. It's Brian. No, look, mate. Thanks for your support. But I'll read you out Gavin's last email to me. Hang on. Dear cunt, you have never seen me as an equal. And sometimes not at all. No cards, phone calls or anything that anyone could call paternal love. Thank God Mum found Whoopi. He's not perfect, but he's not you. Yours never, Gavin. There was a lot of spelling mistakes in it, and the words are bleeding into each other, which did lead me to believe that he'd been drinking. All I can do really is wait it out and hope that he comes around in about 10 years. But anyway, look, thanks for thinking of me. But you really cannot help with my particular stress problem, which I would never ask you to do. Okay. Cheers, Rog. Speak soon. Bye.
Hello, Brian. It's Roger, mate. Look, mate, Gavin will come round. He will. It seems harsh, that email. Very harsh. And, I'll be honest, if I received that from Jamie, I wouldn't get out of bed for a month. But, you're made of stronger stuff than me. Look, and I am begging you to let me help you with whatever stressful thing you're going through. Just tell me what it is, and then we can get the ball rolling. Okay, mate. Bye-bye.
Hi, Roger. It's Brian. Okay, mate. Look, it's like this. Do you remember my mate Gordon, Scottish fella? You met him at the Nordorf Robbins charity banger race at Wimbledon Stadium a while back. He's a bit of a gangster, but he's harmless. Anyway, he set up this agency where he provides old ladies with younger men to accompany them to sort of various events. The opera, meals out, that sort of thing. Anyway, he's asked me to go in with him, and I bit his hand off because there's a lot of bunch to be made. However, I had no idea how hard it would be to find men willing to take these old ladies out. It's proving really hard. The ones I bring in, Gordon has vetted and found they don't quite fit the part. I'm pulling my hair out a bit, to be honest, mate. I mean, it's very easy money. It's 400 quid to take an old lady out to dinner. All expenses paid, absolutely no strings attached, if you know what I mean. And I'm struggling with it. He hasn't said anything, but I can feel Gordon's patience is wearing quite thin. And I just don't know what to do. So there you are. I feel better for sharing that. You're the first person I've told, and it's helped. I always feel like you're on my side, mate, and that does mean a lot. Yeah, okay, but don't worry. Cheers, mate. Bye.
Hello, Brian. Roger here. Look, mate. First of all, this sounds like actually a really lovely business idea. I mean, there are loads of lonely old ladies about who still want to go out and do things and talk to people. And if they want to pay a tidy sum, providing they've got the money, obviously, then that's great, I know from my own experience how much Anne really appreciates me being around. Okay, she watches Netflix most of the day, even when I'm in the room, actually, with her. And even though she barely talks to me, I know that she really likes having me there. It's just some sort of comfort. And blimey, I mean, 400 quid, that's not to be sniffed at, is it? Taking an old lady out to dinner, I mean, that is a lot. That's a lot of money. I mean, I'm presuming the men that you need have to be sort of well educated or from a certain background. Is that why you're struggling? Because it sounds like something. It sounds like something I could do. I mean, I'm sure there are better people than me for the job, but I'm surprised you're struggling to find people, mate. I mean, yeah. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better for sharing anyway. That's what I'm here for. Okay, mate. Speak soon. Bye-bye.
Hi, Roger. Brian. Yeah, no, I'm very surprised. I'm struggling as well, in all honesty. And no, to answer your question, the chaperones don't have to be particularly well educated or from any specific background. If anything, the more naive, the better, because it's nicer for the old ladies to feel like they're teaching these lads a thing or two. Do you know what I mean? No, they just have to be, nice and willing to engage with an older lady and speak to them. And I cannot find the right person. It's absolutely infuriating. It really is. Something so simple should actually be proving to be so hard. Anyway, again, look, thanks for your support, and it really does help. All right, mate. Cheers. Speak soon. Bye.
Hello, Brian. Roger here. Look, mate, I don't want to speak out of turn or sound pushy or needy even, but if you really are stuck for someone to chaperone an old lady to dinner, then I'm more than willing to give it a go. I don't know. I mean, I might not fit the bill with Gordon, but if it gets you out of a jam, mate, then I'd love to try. If you're willing to let me, it sounds like something I could do, in all honesty. And let's be honest, 400 quid wouldn't go amiss at the moment. It really wouldn't. So I am putting myself out there and offering my services to you and Gordon. Okay, what do you think about that? All right, mate. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hi, Rog. It's Brian. Look, mate, thanks for your kind offer. Do you know, I was going to ask you, I really was, but then you told me about you and Claire and how well that's all going, and I really don't want to get in the way of all that. But it is easy money for somebody like you, and I know if I took you to Gordon to be vetted, you'd pass with flying colours, but I feel bad that you'd be getting me out of a jam again. That's why I didn't ask you. You're always helping me and getting me out of trouble, and I don't know, something inside me just said no. You've got to solve this one yourself, mate. So you just can't keep relying on your best mate. So thanks for your offer, but I'm going to manage without you this time. All right. Thanks, Rog. Bye.
Hello, Brian. It's Roger. Mate, thank you so much for being so thoughtful. But look, I don't ever want you to think that you're burdening me by asking me for help. Absolutely not. I help you because you're my best friend, and that's the end of the story. So again, if you want me to help you this time to take an old lady out for dinner, then I absolutely will do that. I will do it. Please, let me help you. Please. Okay, mate. Thank you. Speak soon.
Hi, Rog. It's Brian. Mate, I honestly don't know what I'd do without you, really. Why don't you come in tomorrow to the office, meet Gordon, chat with him, and honestly, knowing you, it will be a formality, but and then, we can get you started straight away. I cannot thank you enough. You're not only saving my business opportunity, but you're saving my relationship with Gordon, and I tentatively approached him with some silk root stuff, and this might really help. So I'm just so grateful, mate. So I do just want to double check. You're sure this will be okay with Claire? Because I just don't want to sully that path. All right, mate. Speak soon. Bye.
Hello, Brian. It's Roger here. No, look, with regards to Claire, it won't affect things at all. Things between me and her are absolutely fantastic at the moment, and all right. I mean, she doesn't need to know about this, but it won't get in the way of things. It's just I have my own personal life as well. We did have a meal together the other night, and we nearly kissed, mate. And I know it's coming. I know it is. Things are so good. But look, I'll come in tomorrow and I'll speak to Gordon, and who knows what'll happen. But maybe I'm okay for the job. And hey, look, if it helps you, get things cemented up a bit with silk root stuff, with regards to you and him, then I'm here to help, mate. I'm just pleased to be able to help you, and don't ever be afraid to ask. Okay. All the best, mate. Okay, speak soon. Bye-bye.
Hi, Roger. It's Brian. Great news. As I thought, Gordon loved you, said you were absolutely perfect. You made quite an impression, mate. And if you're ready, we've got you something for tonight. She's a 76-year-old widow called Mary, who would like nothing more than for you to take her to Nando's. So, like, I know it's not Claridge's, but she feels comfortable in Nando's because they have quite a few soft food options, which you can manage with her dentures. Her interests are historic places of worship and Daniel Steele novels. But honestly, you just have to sit and listen and nod. You'll know exactly what to do. And for that, she is willing to pay for the meal and give you 400 quid. So if that is something you're interested in, mate, just let me know and I'll confirm. All right. Cheers, Rog. Bye.
Morning, Brian. It's Roger. What can I say? That was the best 400 quid I've ever earned. It was so easy. And actually, you know what? Mary and I got on really, really well. I mean, she talked a bit about Durham Cathedral, which coincidentally I could chip in about because I helped Jamie write a school project on it a year or so back. So she was really impressed with that. And then we ate. She stuck to things like sweet potato mash and peas, and we made sure that they really shredded the chicken for her because she's not getting on with her new denture glue at the moment, which I think you mentioned in your brief. Anyway, by the end, I really felt like I'd made a friend, I'm pretty comfortable talking to elderly people anyway, as you know, so it wasn't really a stretch for me. But yeah, I mean, I almost felt guilty about taking the money off of her. I feel sorry for her in a way for shelling out for something that I would do for free, basically. But, as I say, it's very nice to get the money. Oh God, I'm on a bit of a high. I hope she had a nice time as well. I think she did. I really think she did, actually. Anyway, mate, thanks a lot for sorting this out. And thank Gordon as well. I do remember meeting Gordon, actually, at the Nordhoff Robbins charity banger smash at Wimbledon Stadium. I think, I'm pretty sure I remember. Yeah, anyway, okay, mate. Speak to you. Bye-bye.
Good morning, Roger. It's Brian. Mate, well, somebody made quite an impression last night. We've had a lovely email from Mary, who had one of the best times of her life. That's what she said. One of the best times of her life. I'm glad you enjoyed it, mate, because she's asked if you'll accompany her again. And I should point out, it's really rare to get booked twice by the same lady. So honestly, mate, you've got the golden touch. So she'd like to take things a step further. If you're up for it, she wants to meet in a day for a few hours to have a look around Southwark Cathedral. It'll be for most of the day, and for this she's willing to pay 600 quid. It's completely up to you, and you can say no, of course, but just let me know. Okay, all right, speak soon. Cheers, Rog. Bye.
Hello, Brian. It's Roger here. Mate, I'm touched by Mary's response. I'm so pleased that she had such a lovely time. You never know, do you? She reminds me very much of an elderly relative that I have that lives in Bournemouth. And, the thought of her, Mary, being on her own with nobody to take her anywhere makes me feel very, very sad. So please tell her that, firstly, I'm very touched that she enjoyed the evening in Nando's as much as I did. And secondly, I'm beyond flattered that she'd like me to accompany her to Southwark Cathedral, because it's a beautiful place and it's a lovely building, and I'm sure she knows all about it. So I can't wait to hear what she has to tell me. And maybe don't tell her this, but it seems almost wrong to take the money from her, in all honesty. But I accept her invitation, and I very much look forward to it because, as I say, Southwark Cathedral is one of the most beautiful and historic places in London. Okay, mate. Great. How nice. Speak soon. Bye-bye. Hello, Brian. Roger here. I have had the nicest couple of days, honestly. Firstly, I don't want to sound like a weirdo, but Mary and I had another lovely date. I mean, I know it's not a date, but it almost felt like one, We looked around Southwark Cathedral, and, as I thought she would, she told me all about the history of it, how it was rebuilt in the 13th century, and talked me through the layout. how it was designed like a crucifix, the crossing tower, the transepts, and she showed me the 5-bay choir. It was really lovely, fascinating. Then we stopped for lunch, and she had soup because she's still struggling with her dentures, and I said that she needs to go back to the dentist or whoever it is, and have a word with them about that. I had a sandwich, and then I actually had to pinch myself that I was actually getting paid good money to do this. It just seems so wrong. And then, on top of that, Claire rang and asked me if I want to go round for dinner next week. So, oh my God, for once in my life, fortune's wheel is spinning in the right direction for me. Okay, mate. Hope you're good. Speak soon. Bye-bye.
Hi, Roger. It's Brian. Look, mate, I'm over the moon for you about Claire. I'm so glad that the last meet went well with Mary. Now here's the thing. I cannot tell you how unprecedented this is. Mary has been back in touch, and she's raving about your last meet-up. Now look, once again, I can't tell you how unusual this is, but she's asked to see you again. I mean, you really have made an impression on her. So she wants to meet you at St Paul's Cathedral. And take you round the Whispering Gallery, and show you all the history and stuff. And then she wants to have a nice meal at the Delaunay and take you to see the Barber of Seville at the Royal Opera House, which actually sounds like a lovely evening. In fact, I'm a bit jealous. And then after the opera, she's booked a room at the Savoy and has asked if you would have unprotected sex with her. Look, mate, I won't lie. It won't be a walk in the park because she's had both hips replaced. But there's zero chance of her getting pregnant. So, you can scratch that off the list. And she hasn't had sex with anyone for years. So, you could look at it as an act of charity. I don't know how you want to frame it in your own mind, but she wants to give you $2,000. Okay? So I don't want to influence your decision at all, obviously, but I'd really appreciate it if you did it because it would help me out enormously with Gordon. Okay, mate. Let me know as quick as you can. All right. Cheers, Rog. Bye.
Oh, hello, Brian. It's Roger. Okay. Okay. Mate, I'm really unsure about this. I know I haven't had sex with anyone for 2 years, but if you'd have told me that my first sexual encounter after Claire would be unprotected sex with a 76-year-old, I wouldn't have bitten your hand off. Do you know what I mean? Apart from anything else, this moves me into a different arena, doesn't it, from chaperoning? I mean, it's prostitution, isn't it? There's no other way of dressing it up. That's what it is. So I might have to decline this lovely offer of hers on this occasion. Obviously I'd love to see her again and chat churches. And also she lent me one of her Danielle Steele novels, which I need to give back to her as well. So, but I think it's just too much of a leap to go from visiting churches to having sex at the Savoy. I really hope that you understand and she understands. Okay, mate. Thanks a lot. Sorry. Bye-bye.
Hello, Roger. It's Brian. Look, for fuck's sake, Rog. What happened to helping each other out and all I have to do is ask? Eh? Because there seems to be precious little evidence of any of that bullshit is true. I asked you to do one thing for me because it will really, really help me out, and you fucking stonewall me, you cunt! Look, you've made $1,000. A fucking $1,000 in under 2 weeks because of me. And now I ask you to do this thing, and all right, look, it is slightly out of the ordinary, but it's not as if I'm fucking asking you to murder anyone, is it? Or blow someone up? It's unprotected sex with a lonely old woman who won't have seen a cock and balls for the best part of 30 years. This could be a really nice thing to do on your part, Rog. You know, a really decent thing to do. And you get fucking paid. And, you know, if you really want me to be honest, you know, morally, you've led her up the garden path, mate. You know, you've really led her on because she's convinced that there's some chemistry there, something quite real, and you will absolutely smash her confidence. And I just think you're being a cunt. Selfish Rog rears his ugly head just at the wrong time. Thanks, mate. Fucking prick.
Hello, Brian. It's Roger. Look, mate, I didn't know that this meant that much to you, mate. So I'm really sorry. In your last message, you made it sound like it was something that you were happy for me to turn down. But look, I mean, if it will help you and Gordon out, and more importantly, it'll help Mary out, then, you know, I guess I can take one for the team. I'm sure it'll all be a very sensitive and kind experience. And look, I mean, the last thing I wanted to do was lead Mary on in any way. I mean, it didn't occur to me that I might be doing that. So maybe I have. I don't know. And look, you know, $2,000 would be unbelievably welcome. So I guess I can overcome this sort of moral hurdle. Yeah, so okay. Yeah, so if you let Mary know that I would kindly like to accept her very generous offer. Okay. Thanks, mate. Sorry for the confusion. Bye. Hello, Brian. It's Roger here. I'm sorry that I haven't been in touch for a little while. And this is an awkward and embarrassing phone call to have to make. Last week I went to see Claire and we had dinner and things just felt like they had all those years ago. You know, it was so special. Anyway, at last, one thing led to another and we finally went to bed together and we, you know, and I cannot tell you the joy and relief and every single emotion that just rushed and flooded through me. It was perfect, mate. Honestly, it was so good. Unfortunately, however, Claire's just been in contact with me via email, and which is never a good sign. That's how I know something's not quite right. Anyway, she told me that she'd been to the doctors because she felt a little bit uncomfortable downstairs, and the doctors confirmed that she has contracted an STD. Now, the thing is, she hasn't had sex with anyone apart from me in the last 6 months, and I haven't had sex with anyone apart from Mary in the last 2 years. Now, I know that you said that Mary hadn't had sex with anyone in many years, but I hate to break this news to you, mate, but I don't think she's telling the truth about that. Apart from anything else, she really knew what she was doing. You know, I thought it'd be quite a gentle, sensitive evening at the Savoy, but in actual fact, she pretty much threw me around the room. And she brought all sorts of toys with her as well, you know, some of which I had never seen. And she was quite rough as well, despite her 2 new hips. Anyway, I need you to ring Mary for me and let her know that she's obviously given me something, which I've now passed on to Claire, who's furious. I mean, it's ruined any chance whatsoever we had of rekindling our life together because she just thinks I'm some sort of slut. And obviously I couldn't tell her the truth. Anyway, please tell Mary to get herself tested. Yeah, that's it. I hope you're well, mate, and hopefully speak to you very soon. Okay. Bye-bye.
Brian and Roger is produced by Marc Haynes and Joel Morris for Great Big Owl and is now a member of Auddy's family of shows. If you're enjoying this show from Auddy, you might also like Cold Case Crime Cuts. Download from your favourite podcast provider now.